This is Jeremy Cornelius, and you're listening to Voice Notes to Greatness. Unfiltered thoughts on self-growth, purpose, and unlocking the best version of you. Let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Voice Notes to Greatness. And today I want to talk to you guys about setbacks. Just beating yourself up sometime, when stuff happens that's out of your control, or maybe sometime it is in your control, but you make a misstep in life, and it happens to the best of us. But if you hear ding go off in my car, I'm riding in my car, and that's what these Voice Notes to Greatness is about. Me riding in my car and just sharing my thoughts and providing my audience value. But anyway, a couple weeks ago, I went in for a job interview, and I was supposed to be there at 8:30, and I end up, setting my alarm for like an hour later. I don't know why I did this, but no, I set my alarm for the correct time. But when I woke up that morning, in my head, I'm like, okay, I have to be there at 9:30. The interview was at 8:30. Dumb mistake on my end. I don't know why I thought that, but everything happens for a reason. So I go in at 9:30, and the lady that, texted me, said, come in for the interview. I met with her, and she said, there's nothing I can do for you. You were supposed to be here an hour ago, and we cannot move forward with this interview at the time, with the hiring process. So, that right there, was very, very discouraging. I'm like, dang, man, I could have been making good money and steady hours. So anyway, luckily, and this is another thing that I want to, tell you guys, to never put all of your eggs in one basket, so to speak. I put in like 20 applications, but I already had another interview lined up the next day. And this is a person that the manager, she knew me from working at one of her previous stores. I was a good worker. I put in my 2 weeks notice before I left. I want to talk to you guys about like building rapport with people and just being a good person overall, and having dignity and honor in yourself, and integrity. That's the key word, is having integrity. Because your integrity, if I would have not had integrity, if I would have not had the integrity that I possess, I would have never got this job. So she ended up hiring me the next day, and, it was like, she knew what kind of person I am. She knows what kind of person I am. And, if I would have been a crappy employee, if I would have, burnt my bridges with her and left on bad terms, I would have not have, had that interview to fall back on. So make sure you guys are self-improving. If you are in a place in your life to where you are, being negative and beating down yourself with bad thoughts, and I notice this in some people I talk to, they're always negative. They always look for the negativity and everything. But I encourage you guys to not think like that. Always think positive. And I'm posting a video today about self-actualization, man. This is something that everybody needs to study, man. And I'll be talking more about this on my channel. So make sure y'all subscribe, man, so we can level up together and become the best versions of ourselves, man. Because that's what these Voice Notes to Greatness is about. Me getting better at public speaking. Next year, I intend on doing my first public speaking gig. And, I have not been the best in, articulating myself in the past. So that's one thing that I need to work on. And that's why I'm recording these videos and knocking them out, man. And getting good at what I do, man. And practicing every single day, man. Because if you want to get good at something, man, you definitely have to practice at it. And, put in those 10,000 hours, 100,000 hours, man. Because if you don't, man, you will be sleeping on your skills. I had a photo shoot the other day, man, and I was kind of rusty because I have not just picked up my camera and been taking photos. They came out pretty decent, just because of muscle memory, but if I would have been taking photos every day, they would have came out real crisp and, perfect. But anyway, back to the subject, man. I don't want to just keep rambling on and on, but y'all get the point, man. 3 things I want y'all to take away is make sure that you are building up your integrity. Make sure that you are building a rapport with people, because it can end up saving you in the long run, man. Never burn your bridges. Practice self-mastery, man. Stay tuned to this channel, man, because like I said, I'm going to be talking a lot more about it, because a lot of people don't know about it. It's one of those levels you get when you start it's one of those levels you get to when you start self-improving. But make sure you're taking the time, man, to self-improve, because it is very important, man. Make sure you are sharp in all 4 corners. Whatever that means to you, whatever you're lacking in, you need to improve it in your life. And the last thing, man, never put all your eggs in one basket, man. If I would have just had that one interview, I would have been cooked, and I would have had to start putting in more applications, which I probably should have, but thank God that interview was lined up the next day. So anyway, I want to leave y'all with that, man. Stay tuned, stay blessed, stay motivated. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.